Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the Coffee Cast Reddit CastIt edition, where today I will be featuring a gold versus gold game. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the Ansu, it's going to be NinjaDuckBob as our red Terran player, sporting a rather spiffy little logo there. I kind of like that. It's simple. It's just the BattleNet symbol, but it's kind of cool. On the bottom left-hand side, we're going to be having our blue Protoss player, Yuro. He's going to be down in that 7 o'clock position, and apparently I'm on ×2. Didn't even realize that. That was when I was doing, when I was doing my sound check, and I always wait for the first pylon to get made, because it's like the first actual noise in the game. So let's actually slow that down a little bit here. Over on NinjaDuckBob's side of things, this is kind of an interesting opener here. Laying down the supply depot in the command center to make a wall off there. I mean, maybe if it was a Zerg, I would understand a little bit more. I don't know. I don't understand the point of putting the command center out of the way of the mineral line, because now you just have to lift it off and put it in. So that's a little bit of an interesting start from NinjaDuckBob. But on left-hand side, things are pretty standard here for Yuro. We have the one gas, the gateway, and the cybernetics core going down. I want to warn you guys, I went running the other day, and my allergies are acting up like crazy right now. So if I have to clear my throat a couple of times, I apologize. I'll try to like mute my mic real fast so I don't blast your ears out or something. NinjaDuckBob is going to be laying down the barracks to complete the wall off temporarily. What I'm guessing he'll morph this into an orbital command here, lift it off, and then maybe put like a barracks and a tech lab or something down in its place. I'm not exactly certain. We do have a double gas coming down here for NinjaDuckBob. Apparently there's a ping on the map from somebody. I'm not sure how exactly that happened. I'm the only one in this game. We are getting 2 refiners going for NinjaDuckBob. Only 1 worker on each of those gases. In the meantime, Yuro just going to be doing the nice standard 1 gateway expand. And, I mean, pretty much everything is as we expect right now. Needs to be careful not to get supply blocked there. We're seeing that pretty heavy supply block. That's been about a full pylon's worth of time while he gets his second gas. Really, everything's open right now for Yuro. Yansu, obviously, an amazing map for blink play. Wow, I can't believe I forgot that. I completely forgot the word. I was just sitting here thinking teleport. Teleport. No, that's not right. So it's a very good map for blink play. Oh, whoa, this mule got called down before it was at the mineral line. Just a couple of little mistakes here and there for both of our players. NinjaDuckBob is behind a little bit in that worker count, but he'll catch up pretty quickly now that he has the double orbital command going. Double probe production going on right now for Yuro. We are getting a forge next instead of some tech. There we go. There's a little bit of tech. It's going to be the robotic facility and not the Twilight Council. Thankfully. And I just kind of realized, I don't know if I turned down my my recording settings, so we might get a little bit of lag once we get into an engagement. I forgot to turn it down. I just did a PSA video for Reddit CastIt, so I ramped up the quality just a little bit. So we'll see if I get any lag when it comes to engagements here. Factory, 2 factories. I like that. We have double factory coming down right now for NinjaDuckBob. A little indicative maybe of going into some sort of mech play. You really don't get many factories. Yeah, that factory even getting the reactor on it. Now, is that going to be for reactored Hellions or reactored Widow Mines? Little tough to tell. Widow Mines are a little bit better since they're buffed recently. But I'm always a really big fan of Hellions, actually. I think Hellions are kind of an underused unit right now in the meta game. But I think they'll be coming back in their own time. Where are all these pings coming from? This is ridiculous. We do have... Is there like some feature that I missed on a recent patch notes or something? This is just insane. We do have double gateways coming down right now for our Protoss player. 3-gate Robo. He just has this observer sitting over his robotics right now. I really wish that he would push out and try to scout out what's going on. Because, okay, it is going to be double Widow Mine here. Versus double factory like this, you really need to get Immortals and Colossus out on the field really fast. Double robotics, I would highly recommend versus mech play. Getting a little bit supply blocked over on NinjaDuckBob's side of things, unfortunately. And again, that's about a full supply depot's worth of time. So both players just making little mistakes that you would expect to see down in Gold League. And I can't say anything. I'm in Gold myself, so you know I'm not ragging on these players so much as I'm saying like, yeah, I know that feeling. And this is a lot of factories. This is a feeling I don't exactly know. See, we have 1, 2, 3 reactors going down there. I suppose I just could have looked at the production tab. 3 reactor factories coming down, so not going to be getting all that many of the big hard-hitting units. I don't know if he's going to be going mass Widow Mine, if that's going to be for Hellbats. Do we even have a, well, why is my structures tab not working now? Now, I think I must have jacked up some hotkeys somewhere along the way. So, it looks like no armories on the map quite yet. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for this mech play to get pulled off. I would like to see that a little bit earlier here. A lot of Widow Mines coming out for the moment, though. So we'll see how that works out. I mean, the Widow Mines are great, but they're the one-shot wonder where if you don't clean up the entire army in that one shot, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I really wish that both these players would increase their harvester count just a little bit more. Our Protoss player's at the harvester count where he could start thinking about maybe taking a third base. The robotics facility is just pumping out more and more observers right now. I haven't really seen any hard-hitting units. No, both these players are actually playing very light on units so far in this game. There we go. There's our first big warp-in. Colossus are coming out onto the map. I like the Colossus tech choice. Again, okay, he is now spotting this. And my V button is not working. What the hell did I do to my hotkeys? This is so weird. Alright, so I guess I'm just going with a bunch of mouse clicks to this game. So we look over at our vision. We have spotted all of these factories, which is good. So he should be knowing that he needs a lot of Colossus. I mean, if he knows that is the proper response. Once again, a second robotics facility I think would be the best. Twilight Council for +2, Blink. I think both those would be good choices as well. Maybe actually Charge. Charge is actually really good against Siege Tanks and Thors, which are both very good against Blink Stalkers. So maybe that would be the best route for him to go. I'm not exactly certain. I would like to see another Forge, though, to be getting double upgrade, which is what Yuro is doing. We have these two armories doing double upgrades. We have vehicle weapons and ship weapons. Oh, pardon me, vehicle and ship / vehicle and ship. Armor and plating. I got that all messed up there. I don't know if you guys could tell. A lot of Widow Mines out on the map right now. We're up to 17 Widow Mines. This is not exactly what I would call standard mech play. And apparently scanning himself just to be safe. I don't know exactly what that was about. I have not seen a Dark Shrine on the field unless I am mistaken somewhere. We do have a Templar Archive coming onto the field, which can be useful. Can always be useful. Storm's always good. Feedback's always good, especially if there are going to be Ravens at some point in this game, which is what I think is missing from this composition, right? Well, other than the fact of, we're missing Siege Tanks and Thors right now, we are finally getting Hellbats out. But I would like to see some air mixed into this army. A couple of Vikings, maybe a couple of Ravens for point defense drones versus Stalkers. A couple of Hunter-Seeker missiles, always great for Zealot lines. We're starting to get warpins. Is it control? It's control. I'm control clicking on here, and that's what's doing this. That's why I can't select a bunch of units. That makes so much sense now. Well, at least I know what to avoid there. We are starting to get the warpins of our Stalkers at this point in time. Blink is coming onto the field from, there it is, from our Twilight Council over here. I wouldn't mind to see a Dark Shrine. If you're going this tech path, I always lay down a Dark Shrine myself just for a little bit of harassment. If you're getting attacked, they're great for counterattacks. This, oh man, I almost control clicked. This is a lot of units out on the map right now. We have almost an entire group here of Widow Mines. That's 17 Widow Mines. We have a pretty healthy number of Hellbats to tank the charge as well. Needs to be careful not to do damage to himself with all of those Widow Mines. Yuro has now taken his third base, puts him in a nice economic position. We are sitting at 64 harvesters, over 45 in favor of our Protoss player. And NinjaDuckBob is going to need to do a little bit of damage here. If he does not get some damage done with the mules in the main, he's going to start mining this out pretty quickly here. Needs to get a third base established sometime soon. We do have NinjaDuckBob moving out across the map, taking a fairly aggressive position. You're at the same time moving out as well. I don't know if he knows. There we go. Now he notices. Going to be turning back around. Are those Widow Mines going to get burrowed down? The Widow Mines are now between the natural and, oh man, Yuro actually cannot retreat right now. Throwing down a couple of force shields there. But this is a very bad position for our Protoss player. Going to be able to pick off a couple of units with the Widow Mines starting to pop off there. Siege Tank's in a little bit of trouble from that extended thermal lance though. Widow Mines actually unburrowing and pushing forward. Are they going to get burrowed down? They are going to get burrowed down. And that means that, oh man, those Widow Mines are going to be doing a lot of damage versus the Thors there. Starker's going to be continuing to push forward and taking out the back reinforcements. But Thors and a couple of Widowmines are still left on the map here. Stalker's going to get mopped up by that, but I think it's time for NinjaDuckBob to push back home. He has been taking his third base behind this, but you have to remember his economy pretty hurt right now, due to the fact that this third base is so late, and actually that's not even a finished command center. A lot of Dark Templar coming out on the map there. A scan does go down, and he's going to be able to mop up all of the Dark Templar. All the Widowmines have fired off at this point, and this one Colossus going to actually be able to take out both the Thors. Man, that is a hero Colossus. Still no detection on the map right now, though. Photon Overcharge going to help in assisting clean up these Widowmines. Photon Cannon's going to be able to help detect as well. There's our first observer, and finally it looks like Yuro going to be able to mop this up a little bit with the army supplies. Oh man, that discrepancy is so large. A 40 army supply advantage over the NinjaDuckBob, minus a little bit due to that, due to a couple of units getting killed off there. Dark Templar, this is why I love Dark Templar, and I hope you guys are chuckling every time I let out an exasperated sigh because I pinged by accident. This is why I love Dark Templar. They're forcing scans right now. NinjaDuckBob already doesn't have the strongest economy in the world, so scans have to go down. If you forget to scan, those Dark Templar have an insane DPS rate. No, don't ping minimap. Oh my gosh. They have an insane DPS rate. If we look over that upgrades tab, both players even right now at 1-1 versus 1-1 mech. A lot more Hellbats coming out. Just the production capabilities right now of our Terran player are off the chart. He's keeping up very well with this macro. In fact, I'm actually very impressed with that capability by NinjaDuckBob. That's definitely his strong point in his game, is even though he doesn't have the strongest economy, he's making sure to spend what resources he is getting. These Zealots, it looks like they might be going over to the third base. I'm not exactly certain. Yeah, they're going to be on a move order, unfortunately, to the third base. So losing a little bit of attack time here, which is essential when you have this army sitting right next to you. They're going to take out that SCV first with the attack order. That was like an awkward cluster. There we go. Now we're going to be getting on top of that third base, going to get lifted off. Maybe a little annoying for NinjaDuckBob, but not that big of a deal in the end. Oh, Yuro kind of does need to save these Zealots, though, because once again, he is still pretty far behind in that army tab. Okay, yes, he does manage to get out of there. The one thing that Yuro does really have going for him in this game is the fact that his economy is so strong. He has a lot of minerals banked up, though, and needs to get his gas going hardcore. Does have this base over here, has 6 workers, unfortunately, on that gas. But as soon as that 4th base is established, his gas really is going to skyrocket, and that's going to be essential for him mounting a defense against this. Right now, for the units tab, we have a couple of Immortals, a lot of High Templars, and that could be alright if he can find where to storm. Oh, that Colossus is going to get taken out by the Vikings. Unfortunately for NinjaDuckBob, there was only one Colossus there, which means that the Viking potential to do a lot of damage is a little bit mitigated. There are a lot of Dark Templar in here, though. No Ravens to be able to spot those, so we are going to need some scans. Where are the High Templars? So that's what we really need right now. Oh man, a couple of Great Storms going down on top of the army. Unfortunately, hitting most of the Thors, not really getting on top of the Widowmines. The Dark Templar doing quite a bit of work there as well. Widowmines do finally get burrowed down, though. Gonna get a couple of shots off on those Immortals, and not the best thing to be hitting with those Widowmines because of the hardened shield for the Immortals. But we do have an Archon tanking at the front, soaking up quite a bit of damage. Thor's still dishing out a lot, though, but I think Yuro is going to be able to get the defense he needs here with a couple of Warpins. There comes the next Colossus. This is going to get mopped up. One last scan goes down. There were no DTs. Oh, Widowmine's gonna get burrowed. Oh my goodness, they're gonna get burrowed, and a couple of nice shots there, cleaning up just a little bit of of Yuro's army. And keep in mind that what? No, this is not happening. This is happening. All right. Well, the Widowmine's going to get into the mineral line and be able to take out a few probes there. This third base is going to be a little bit under pressure, and now this is what I'm talking about. We're going to be seeing NinjaDuckBob getting in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he has a little bit of a bank, but that is going to dissipate very quickly with the remackering capabilities of all those factories. This third base area locked off. Command center is actually going to die. Mule's not able to get there in time. This is exactly the composition that you want to fight Hellbats, actually. Stalkers and Colossus is perfect. Unfortunately, he is not microing this, going to lose a lot of Stalkers because he is not blinking backwards, and that Colossus is just going to have to walk home alone, which can be dangerous. Don't want to take anything from strangers there. We are finally getting a double Colossus production going. 10 Widow Mines being macroed out right now, as well as 3-3. A very, very nice position for NinjaDuckBob, at least army-wise, considering he's only going up against 2-1 and no further upgrades. A couple of medevacs are chilling out here. There's still a lot of Widow Mines running around here. I really wish he would get an observer to help clean those up. You do not want those just sitting around. Oh, they're actually unburring! They're unburring! The Colossus getting a couple of nice shots off. And, oh, while the Widow Mines do get a couple of shots off on those Zealots, they are all going to get cleaned up. And I feel like this game is slipping over into Yuro's favor pretty rapidly here. Worker supplies have evened up, but there is no third base right now. This third base, once again, is locked down by Yuro. And our main base almost completely mined out right now. A couple of more Vikings are coming out onto the map to help combat the 5 Colossus. Only 9 Stalkers on the field right now to help clean those Vikings up. So, actually, 5 Vikings could potentially do a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, that Widow Mine! Oh, that could have been so bad. Only getting 3 kills there, still pretty good. Activating a Photon Overcharge with, unfortunately, wait, okay, there is an observer there. So he's going to be able to take out the Widow Mine. In the meantime, Yuro going to be moving out across the map. This is still a pretty scary army for NinjaDuckBob. Needs to get those Widow Mines burrowed, maybe spread out a little bit. Oh, the Vikings. The Vikings going to be able to take a couple of pot shots off at these Colossus. 1 Colossus, maybe 2 have gone down there immediately. And the Widow Mines getting a couple of great shots off. That's going to force Yuro to disengage. He cannot fight into that. Does have 3 Archons morphing in right now, though. Archons obviously able to tank up a lot of damage. Versus the Widow Mines, it's going to be great. They might not be the 100% best versus the Hellbats, but they'll do alright, I think. A couple of mules getting dropped down to help repair the Thors and the Vikings. We do have a forward pylon here, but unfortunately we're actually not seeing Yuro push in any further. What does he have in the way of gateway count? That's kind of what I want to know right now. I actually can't see. I think it's 8. Yeah, he has 8 warp gates right now. And on 4 bases, well, I guess I should say 3 full mining bases, you really want more than 8 gateways. I mean, he is taking up pretty well with his macro. He is getting a lot of Colossus. We're up to 6 Colossus on the map and 3 Archons. I mean, that's a very, very heavy-hitting army. But I would like to see maybe a few more gateway units down on the map. Zealots to tank the way, and maybe some Blink Stalkers because of the high mech count here. The Widow Mines are going to get taken out before the engagement really begins. All of them, actually, not a single one getting a shot off. Vikings just sitting up in the air, going to get taken out. Oh, those Archons could do a lot of damage. A couple of nice feedbacks on those Ravens in the back. The Colossus all going to die, but have they done their work? I don't quite think they have. Vikings are going to land, help clean up the last of the Stalkers and the High Templar. A few Stalkers being warped in, but really not much of a bank right now for Yuro, which means that NinjaDuckBob can move into this 4th base. That Photon Overcharge is not going to be enough damage to help waylay this army. 1 Dark Templar up in the front here trying to get back to the Thors. They are on target fire there. 1 Thor is going to go down. This Dark Templar is doing a lot of work. Photon Overcharge helping out quite a bit, and I think Yuro is going to have just enough to be able to mount the defense here. This next is now out of shields almost, but indeed that is going to get cleaned up. And that means that we are at a fairly even point once again, except there is still no 3rd base by NinjaDuckBob. His main is completely mined out right now. He's going to have a lot of trouble remacroing his army. I know I keep saying it, but now we're really seeing it. Look at all these SCVs that have absolutely nothing to do for the moment. There's nothing over here even to defend this base. If we look over that army tab, completely even. 1 Dark Templar in here are going to be able to force all of these SCVs back home. That's got to be probably, what, 48 SCVs, I'm guessing. I don't even have all of them selected. We have, oh, I don't even know. There's just a lot of SCVs that are just playing that out, going to die here. There's a scan that's going to reveal the Dark Templar, but with the +1 armor, the SCV is really not going to be able to do all that much work against these Stalkers and the Dark Templar. 2 more Thors being macroed out. We are now at 79 to 37 supply, though. Yuro taking a huge advantage there, and I think that he's going to be able to pull out this game. There's the GG by NinjaDuckBob. Well played. If he had taken a 3rd base maybe a little bit earlier, probably over in this area, which would have been a little bit easier for him to defend, I could have maybe seen that strategy working out a little bit better. That being said, more siege tanks, more Thors, or at least a little bit more of an air army to help complement all of the Widow Mines and Hellbats on the ground. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the CoffeeCast Reddit Casted Edition. Please do check out the PSA video on how to upload your games to Reddit Casted and get your games casted by people like myself or many of the other casters there. Also, if you want to try out casting, it's a great resource for that as well. Please like me on Facebook. Check out the description. There's all sorts of information about me there. And until next time, guys, this is Coffee Break, signing out.